Шановні друзі та колеги, ласкаво просимо на нашу конференцію. You have a wonderful country that has so many great languages and cultures. Dear friends and colleagues, as president of the European Academy of Sciences of Ukraine, I welcome you to our latest international interdisciplinary roundtable, The Market After Fracture, Specialization, Power, and New Centers of Influence. As I understand it, the organizers have brought together outstanding researchers and experts in economics, political science, criminology, urban studies, sociology, business strategy, and digital transformation, as well as obviously philosophy, to discuss an important central question in today's rapidly changing and challenging world. Who gains influence when universal centers lose their ability to organize society, markets, security, and governance? After perusing your proposals, from what I've seen and the organization of the conference, what seems most interesting to me is the hopeful, even Pollyannish idea that decentralization in politics or anything else, lurking behind all of that is the socio-political background in that changing power relations from top down to bottom up has historically been seen as a humanistic and democratizing process. However, as I have observed at a distance, as well as very up close, and also about this process, perhaps naturally, is a reaction by the dominant powers to first co-opt the newly emerging power centers and to re-centralize, that is, recapture the system, of course, with some adaptations to the new environment. This, of course, sounds very Hegelian, right? And since we are discussing AI at some point, here is the view of Hegelian theory of change by AI. And remember, there are lots of different AIs. So the Hegelian theory of change, or dialectic, proposes that history and reality evolve not linearly, but through conflict. An initial concept or state, the thesis, generates its opposing force, or the antithesis. Their clash creates tension until the conflict is resolved into a new, higher state, the synthesis. By the way, there's so very similar in many, many theories in the social sciences, but the higher state that incorporates elements of both. While Hegel really used the exact terms thesis, antithesis, and synthesis, this triad forms the backbone of his dialectic method, by the way, which is used quite a bit in social sciences. Change, according to Hegel, is driven by the resolution of inherent contradictions. Right? We recognize also the Marx in this theorizing, which pushes human consciousness and history towards greater freedom and self-awareness. As to this last sentence, I am sure that Hegel is wrong. Decentralization historically has led to re-centralization, but not necessarily a better world, if you think greater freedom and self-awareness makes the world better. This is especially true because the various iterations of both legacy centers of power, with or without IA, artificial intelligence, consume and digest Hegelian and other circular theories of social change and have already prepared for it. All right, so they anticipate that this is going to happen and they're ready to take back the power that they lose. Thanks for having me.